Hi, welcome back to Curious Collection. I'm Will. Cinnamon, as you can see, is not here today. She's a little under the weather. So that actually prompts today's video. And that what are you going to do when the unexpected happens, when you're unable to fulfill your obligation to your reselling business? So for a lot of people, this is side income, it's a side hustle. Maybe you've got 3 day shipping set up, so you've got a little bit of a built in cushion. For us, this is our full time income, and we are fully dependent on this for income. So, knowing that that is the situation, there are certain things that we've done in our business to try to create redundancies, to try to simplify systems, and try to just build in a little bit of comfort because it can be really scary when you're deriving all of your income on one revenue stream. So, one of the things that we do is obviously there's two of us. So, Cinnamon's not feeling well today. She can take the day off. I can still ensure that items are getting shipped. I can still put up a video. I can still do some listings. We've got a whatnot show tonight, so I can still continue to do that. Um, there's some depth there because there's two of us. Um, but a couple of years ago, I was working by myself, and it, just thinking about doing today's video, and I thought about how, excuse me, I I had been in a car accident about 5 years ago, in a rollover accident. I had broken ribs, and I was absolutely useless to the world. There's no way I could sit in an office chair and do listings. There's no way, I was, going to be able to lay in bed and do listings. It was not something that would have been possible. And so, what do you do? I'm not a big advocate of having a draft bank, but this is maybe a case where that would help. Is at least I know that my items are getting listed. Do I have a friend or family member who might be able to do some shipping for me? If so, are they going to be able to find the product? Am I going to be able to give them direction as to how to find the product? We use a SKU system. Every item that we list has a number, and it goes on a rack or goes in a drawer with that number. So it's relatively simple to find the items. I could, teach our teenager on how to do that. But maybe the time to do that is now, before it's an emergency. The shipping system on eBay or on whatnot or whatever platforms you're working on, they're all different. To try to talk someone through that who doesn't have experience with it can be quite challenging. So maybe we take the time now and have a conversation and say, hey, this is how you log in. This is how you get to the shipping orders. This is how you do these things. Of course, there are limitations, but rather than just pulling the plug on your revenue source, you might have some redundancy built in where it doesn't require you to have a full or part-time employee, but you at least have some comfort knowing if there's an emergency in your household that you'll still get paid, that there's still a little bit of backup. Some things to think about. We are self-employed. We are not covered under state unemployment. So if sales are bad, if we do a poor job, if we get hurt, there's no protections there. There's the other thing is workers' comp. As business owners, if you own, depending on your state and everything, but in my experience, if you own more than 10% of a business, you don't qualify for workers' comp. So there's no social safety net out there unless you're in a life altering, social security disability type of situation. So these are really things that we do want to think about. The paycheck to paycheck lifestyle that a lot of people are stuck in is something that we struggle against, and that we have to have an emergency fund. We have to have some business savings. We were talking yesterday about the fact that here we are, the first week of March. We already have our payroll set aside for April. We don't have $20,000 in our business savings, but we do have enough to make sure that even if everything goes sideways, we have enough to get through the next month. So those are important things to think about, to consider. As you work through your systems, you go, okay, well, If I'm selling glassware, we do sell some fragile items. Can I train somebody? Can I teach somebody how to package this so that it's not going to get damaged? Some of the glassware and stuff is historical artifacts, um, easily $100. You want to make sure that that's going to get where it needs to go without having to take it to, the UPS store for them to pack it for you, because you're going to lose all your margins hiring somebody to do that outside of, your business. So, that's another thing that we have to consider is, can I teach somebody to do this? Could I just pay somebody for a 4-hour day, show them how to find items, how to get in and log into the system, how to package things and put a label on it, just so I can ensure that I'm protecting my account against those delays in the event that I can't. There's illness and there's accidents, but there's other things that are going to draw us away from our business, emergency things that are outside of our control. And so, we want to try to think about that, prepare for that in the best way that we can. Um, so that's kind of where I'm at today. Is, like I said, working as a one man show today, and that's not something that I'm unaccustomed to, but it's something that you have to consider, especially if you're working by yourself. Is, the what ifs. If you're completely dependent on this, or even maybe you have a part time job, this is a side hustle, but it does fulfill that income need. We need to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves, looking forward, and how are we going to best protect ourselves in the future. So I appreciate you guys stopping in. Let us know things that you've done in your business to ensure the longevity of your business, and how that's working for you. Who do you have? Do you have a family member? Do you have a spouse? Do you have a child? Do you have a neighbor? Somebody you can count on that can help you out in those situations? And like and subscribe.